You ever notice how when a woman suddenly goes quiet, it hits harder than anything she could say? I mean, most guys just start freaking out, trying to figure out what they did wrong. But here's the thing, sometimes that silence, it's not just quiet, it's a test. How you handle that quiet moment, that's what really says a lot. Don't sweat it, stick around, and I'll show you how to keep your cool when the silence drops. And trust me, it'll change the way you handle those moments forever. 1. Recognize that her silence is a test of your emotional strength. When a woman suddenly pulls away, most guys feel panic creeping in. It's not just the unanswered texts or the lack of calls, it's the uncertainty, the invisible shift in energy. The truth is, in most cases, this isn't a random mood swing or a sign that she's just busy. More often than not, it's a calculated move, a test rooted in human psychology. Women have evolved to seek out emotional strength in men, and one of the easiest ways to gauge it is to see how a man responds to being ignored. Will you chase her, bombard her with questions, and make your happiness depend on her response? Or will you remain calm, keep your self-respect, and let her silence bounce off you? Her withdrawal is her way of finding out. The man who fails this test loses his frame, and more importantly, loses her respect. The man who passes becomes 10 times more attractive because he's unshakable. Never forget, when she ignores you, she's watching your every move, waiting to see if you break. 2. Understand the 3 types of female silence. Not all silence is created equal. Most men make the mistake of treating every ignored message the same, but women use silence for different reasons. First, there's the test silence. She's interested, but wants to see if you'll chase. You notice she's still liking your posts or viewing your stories, but giving you radio silence in your DMs. This isn't random. It's a power move. Second, there's the processing silence. Sometimes she's genuinely dealing with her own life. Maybe she's overwhelmed, confused, or just needs time to figure out how she feels. She disappears not just from you, but from social media and even her friends. This isn't about you, it's about her. Third, there's the rejection silence. This is her quiet way of saying she's no longer interested. She takes hours to reply, her answers get short, and she seems perpetually busy. It's her way of exiting without confrontation. Here's the kicker. Trying to decode which is which will drive you insane. And that's the trap. Your response should be steady, centered, and unreactive, no matter what kind of silence you're dealing with. 3. Don't chase, mirror her energy. Instead, the natural impulse when a woman ignores you is to pursue her even harder. You want answers, you want closure, you want to feel wanted again, but chasing her is the biggest mistake you can make. It shows her that your confidence is fragile and your emotional state is up for grabs. Instead, do the opposite, mirror her energy. If she takes hours to reply, you take hours. If she's cold, you're neutral. Don't play games, but don't overinvest. The psychology here is simple. When you match her energy with calm indifference, you send a powerful message. You're not easily swayed. You're not desperate for attention. You have a life, and her absence doesn't define your day. This can be unsettling for her, especially if she's used to men scrambling to win her back. The shift in power is real. She starts questioning if she's losing you, and that's when the dynamic changes. The key is to do it without malice or manipulation. Be genuine. You're not punishing her, you're just not making her your emotional center. 4. Focus on self-improvement, not her reaction. Here's where most men waste their opportunity for growth. When ignored, they obsess, overthink, and wait around for a reply. But this is the golden window to level up. Channel that anxiety and uncertainty into self-improvement. Go to the gym, crush it at work, deepen your friendships, pick up the hobbies you've neglected. As you focus on becoming a better version of yourself, 2 things happen. First, your obsession with her naturally fades, replaced by a renewed sense of purpose. Second, if she's paying attention, and she probably is, she'll see you thriving without her. This triggers a psychological effect called loss aversion. She realizes you're becoming harder to get back, and suddenly her game loses its appeal. More importantly, you gain real confidence, the kind that comes from building a fulfilling life, not seeking validation. Research shows men who focus on growth during relationship uncertainty bounce back stronger and are more attractive to high-quality women. 5. Control the conversation. Don't let her set the tone. If and when she finally reaches out, don't let the power dynamic flip back in her favor. This is called the return test. Most men, starved for attention, fall over themselves the moment she comes back. They respond instantly, act as if nothing happened, and return to the same patterns that led to her ignoring them. You can't afford to make this mistake. When she returns, keep your boundaries. Respond, but don't drop everything. Let her re-earn her place in your life. Maintain your priorities, your schedule, your self-care, your ambitions. Treat her reappearance as just another event, not a rescue mission. She'll notice you're no longer the man she can push and pull at will. This is the moment she realizes she's dealing with someone different, a man who doesn't bend for breadcrumbs of attention. If you hold this frame, the relationship dynamic changes permanently. 6. Never react emotionally. Stay stoic and unpredictable. Women are incredibly perceptive when it comes to a man's emotional state. When you react emotionally, whether with anger, sadness, or desperate affection, you show your hand. She knows exactly what buttons to press, and your predictability makes you easy to manipulate. The antidote is stoicism. When you maintain an unshakable calm, you become unpredictable and unmanipulatable. This doesn't mean you're cold or uncaring. It means your emotions are yours to control. When she can't read you, when she can't provoke a reaction, you suddenly become a challenge. The emotional chase is now hers, not yours. This reversal is subtle, but powerful. Women respect men who are anchored, not tossed around by every mood. So, the next time she gives you the silent treatment, let your silence speak volumes. Stay composed, stay busy, and let her curiosity grow. 7. Identify the difference between a test and true rejection. It's crucial to know when her silence is a fleeting test and when it's a genuine goodbye. Tests are temporary. They come with signs of interest, like checking your socials, responding after a delay, or asking mutual friends about you. True rejection is different. If she's been gone for weeks, if she ignores you while actively engaging everywhere else, or if she's used the silent treatment more than once, it's time to read the writing on the wall. The real danger is staying hooked to a woman who has mentally checked out. If you sense her silence is a pattern, not a phase, don't just mirror her energy, withdraw yours entirely. This is about protecting your peace, not winning her back. The best decision you'll ever make might be walking away from the wrong person. 8. Make her earn her way back. Don't reward bad behavior. If you handle her silence correctly, she'll likely come back. But here's the twist. She won't apologize or admit she was testing you. She'll act as if nothing happened and expect you to be grateful for her attention again. This is your moment of truth. Most men fail by rolling out the red carpet for her return, rewarding the very behavior that made them feel insecure. If you want lasting respect, flip the script. Make her earn your attention. Stay consistent with your improved habits and boundaries. Don't let her presence derail your progress. The message is simple. Your life didn't pause just because she did. She'll feel the difference. She'll recognize that your self-worth is no longer attached to her approval. And that's when she'll realize the power has shifted for good. 9. Value your peace over her approval. At the end of the day, the man who wins isn't the one who gets the girl, it's the one who never loses himself. Women respect a man whose peace can't be bought, whose mood isn't for sale, whose sense of self is non-negotiable. If her silence disrupts your inner world, that's a sign you've given her too much power. But when you maintain your center, regardless of her behavior, you become truly rare. The right woman will respond to your boundaries with admiration and respect. The wrong woman will be frustrated or disappear. Either way, you win. You're only making space for those who deserve it. Guard your peace like it's sacred, because it is. The more you value yourself, the less you'll tolerate anyone's games. 10. Know when to walk away. Deploy the nuclear option. There's a point where patience becomes self-destruction. If her silence stretches into weeks, if it's a recurring pattern, or if it feels like psychological torture disguised as mystery, it's time to walk away, fully and finally. This is what I call the nuclear option. Stop checking her social media, stop waiting for replies, reclaim every bit of mental and emotional energy you invested. When you walk away, two things happen. She either panics and reveals she was playing games all along, or she fades away for good, confirming your instincts. Both outcomes are a win. You get clarity, you get your life back. And you stop letting someone else's inconsistency dictate your happiness. The right woman will never weaponize silence against you. She'll communicate, connect, and value your energy. Until you find her, keep your standards high and your peace untouchable. If she never comes back after you mirror her energy and walk away, celebrate. You didn't lose a woman, you lost a problem. If this breakdown gave you the clarity and confidence you needed, hit that like button and subscribe. And don't miss my next video on why mastering solitude makes you irresistible to high-value women. Remember, the more you respect your own peace, the more irresistible you become.